My name is Tim Roswick, and today I wanted to talk about clarity and objectivity. So, you probably don't know this if you're not part of the Discord, but I have taken the last 7, 8, 9 days off. Been completely off. I opened my laptop maybe twice. I was in Orlando, about 100 miles away from where I'm at now. Spent some time with my girlfriend and totally tried to disconnect. And I had videos every day, obviously, because I was scheduling them. But my time off was really, really important because I felt like I was having trouble making decisions. I felt like the decisions that I was looking at, neither side looked good, and I didn't know what was right, and I didn't know which decision to choose or how to pick or what to do. And it sucks when you're in a development situation, especially where you've got two answers and you want to know which one is right, but both of them could be right, or both of them could be wrong, and you don't know. It's like you want somebody to tell you the right answer. What's the right answer? Just tell me and I'll do it. But game development isn't that simple, of course. If it was, we'd all be, millionaire game developers, but it's a little harder than that. So that's where clarity and objectivity comes into play. So clarity is something that I think is extremely important. And basically for me, clarity is the ability to see things fresh, to see things in a way that's not distorted by your closeness to the project. So when you're in the middle of development, let's say you've been working on a game for a couple months, you've been coding it every day, you've been working on the art, you've been doing all this stuff, it's really easy to lose clarity, to lose the objectivity, to see things from a different perspective, because you're so wrapped up in the perspective that you played the game 100 times, it gets mundane to you, it feels a little bit boring, so you start adding in a bunch of mechanics, and that can kind of spiral over time because you don't have that clarity. But what does help is either bringing someone in to say, hey, what do you think of this? And that's always risky too, because you don't know, it's really hard to get good feedback too, because hey, are they just telling me good things because they like me and they don't want to hurt my feelings, or what's going on? For me, it's are they just telling me nice things because I watch my YouTube videos, so there's always things like that. But the other way to get clarity or objectivity is to distance yourself from the project for a little while. Take a break, just pause for a second and just be like, yo, we need to chill. We need to completely disconnect from this project. And when you come back to it, a lot of times you can see things from a different perspective. And that's what happened with me. I feel like I've gained a lot of objectivity and clarity in my project by just stepping away from it, by removing myself from it, taking myself out of that world, giving my mind a little bit of time to forget things, and then jumping back into it. And I had a big decision that I had to make with Phylophobia on which way I wanted to go, but I finally made the decision because when I came back to the game and I played through it and I had that clarity, I had that objectivity, and I forgot where certain things were and I forgot how certain systems worked, I found myself just naturally gravitating towards one of my decisions, one of my solutions for my decisions. And there was no way that was possible before because I lacked clarity. And it's so important. It's so critical, because when you're in that mode, when you're in the mode where you're stuck in all the overwhelm and all the stuff you have to do and all the things you did already, and you play the game over and over and over, it's really easy to make the wrong decision. Like for example, there's so many times where I've been working on, especially platformer games or something, or top-down games that I work on, where it's okay, I tweak the movement speed to perfection, and then I work on it for a month. And now the movement speed's starting to get bored. So I tweak it a little more. I make it a little bit faster. And now, I play it 100 more times because I'm testing other stuff and I'm tweaking other stuff. Tweak it a little more. Before I know it, the character's super fast. And I give it to someone and I show them, yo, this is way too fast. Because I didn't have the clarity and the objectivity to design it correctly. And had I stepped back from the project, had I just taken a small break and come back to it and really saw it with a fresh pair of eyes, probably could have told that myself. And that's why it helps to have other people involved. That's why it helps to distance yourself from your project every once in a while. Don't get too wrapped up into it. I have a bunch of videos about emotional attachment and what that can do, and how overwhelm can hurt you, and how burnout can come about. So there are a lot of other symptoms to diving into your project and burying yourself in it. But specifically, I think game design wise, one of the ways that most games suffer is probably from the clarity and the objectivity. So that's all I got for you today. I hope you found it useful. I sure did. And speaking of clarity and objectivity, while we're on the subject, I'm going to be, reevaluating how I can do some stuff on my channel. I'm going to try and do some different videos. I'm going to try and spice things up. I'm going to try and maybe edit some stuff and research some stuff and do a little bit more highly produced stuff, because this time away is kind of giving me a little bit of clarity. And I've seen that, I like the current format. I like the dialogue that I have with you guys. You guys are awesome. I like talking to you every single day. But I also want to provide some more high quality content. I want to build stuff, some videos that are going to last years that I'm proud of, that people can show and say, this is how you do this aspect of game design. And can't do it alone. So I'm going to be working hard on that. And it took clarity to kind of see that, right? Like it took a little bit of objectivity to kind of come back to it and say, okay, it's not quite working. So that's where we're at. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please leave me a like and a comment down below. Once again, my name is Tim Roswick, and I will see you again tomorrow.